Hey guys, how's it going? This is a time-lapse drawing of Nylah, and this is to complete the missing part of a bigger piece. So I'm starting with a really simple sketch, drawing in features that I'll use as reference points later when I start to shade in with my markers. Now, I try to draw in her eyes in a way that she's looking at the viewer, so I was playing around with the pupil until I was okay with it. I was fudging around with it quite a bit until I got the shape that I wanted. I then blocked in her face, and I'm using some of her stripes as guides to help draw in the rest of her head. I'm darkening the inner part of her ears to separate it from the head just a little bit, just giving it some shape. I then work on drawing in some of the stripes on her forehead. The stripes on top of her head can be seen as two upside down Y's or as an M with little vertical connectors. I made the middle part a little darker, and then I'm going to use that value to judge the values throughout her head. I start to give the drawing a little more texture by using my pencil. I'm actually going to use my pencil quite a bit throughout her face using short strokes to try to mimic her fur. I'll go back to my marker once in a while, but I'm mostly just defining using my pencil. Honestly, I could have just drawn the whole piece in pencil, but it wouldn't fit as well with the other drawings, so I did it this way. Once the face is drawn in, I then move on to her right paw and work my way in, blocking her whole arm. I then start to draw in the stripe pattern, and I'm going to blend it in pretty soon so that they don't look like separate entities from her fur. I also left her shoulder light as well as the right side of her face because that's where I imagine the light source, because again this is to fit in with the other drawings. Now I'm using the pencil for some texture on her arm, and then I'm going to move on to the rest of her body. I blocked in the area, and I wanted this area to be a little softer, so that meant that I had to be conscious of not giving a sharp edge for the stripes on her back. It kind of gives this depth of field on camera where it's blurry towards the end, bringing the focus on her face. I also lined the rear using my white Prismacolor pencil and some white gouache to add some sparkle in her eyes. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be uploading another one soon, so until then, take care.